Okay, this is a B defense and A retake video that I'm literally just making mostly for myself, but I will still be uploading to YouTube. So, first off, there's the fast A main smoke, which is pretty simple and self-explanatory. This one covers A main completely. Now, next up is a Palace Resmoke from CT, which goes like this. Really simple, you just line up here, jump throw. You can also flash mid for your AWP here. You just line up with this dot right here and jump throw. Really simple. You can smoke. Now moving on to some B defense, you can smoke deep B app on 128 tick just like this. If you're in a B retake situation for whatever reason, you shouldn't be, but if you are, then this is a retake flash. You just throw it and run out. Now some B apps Mollies. There's one like this. You can also do a smoke from the same place. There is a flash. You come up to this pillar right here and you flash into B apps from here. That flashes B apps. You can do the same deep B app smoke from here. What you have to do is here, come basically to the middle of this brick right above this wooden thing. You just jump throw. It'll do the same kind of deep B app smoke that you would throw from CT spawn. There is of course the mollies and stuff that I really don't need to show, like everybody knows these. In fact, I just fucked it up, but yeah, everybody knows those. There is a wallbang lineup. You come into this side and you wallbang right where the shadow meets this ledge, and that will headshot anybody coming into B apps. There is a one-way smoke from apps, from top apps. You come to this side right here and you right click throw a smoke like this. Once it pops, you can move into the left and get up on this drawer, and you have kind of a one-way, but yeah, people have learned to pre-fire that now. When it comes to short, there is not much you can do from short. There is a one-way that you line up with this dot, and it does leave a gap on this left side, but that's not where you're going. You're supposed to cross right here, get up on this ledge, and you have kind of a one-way. Don't get up on that one though. Yeah, you have kind of a one-way for anybody coming into chair or even coming up here. There is a smoke. You can smoke bottom connector by just hugging this wall right here, and the window to the right of this pillar, this window right here, this pillar, this window, line it up with this black line, and at the bottom of it, just left click throw a smoke. That will smoke bottom connector. You can also flash mid for your AWPer window right here. You just come to this right. It's not really a lineup. You can just free throw it, freehand it, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty much it. If you're on a B retake or you gave up short, there is this flash right here. You come up here and you line up basically this with this, and just left click and you pop flash in. It's kind of useful. You can molly apps from here, although do it like this and not like this, because that'll only molly till here. You want to molly till there. There's not much else on B apps. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need. Also, if you are on a retake and you do reach this position, although you should be going CT, but if you do reach this position, you come up into this corner right here and you left click throw a molly at the top right of the second window. It will cover everything from this corner right here to this one right here. Covers basically everything. It burns out anybody default. That's all. You can also flash a main from here, although it's not really a good flash. Bounces on top. Anybody close can go in for a retake of a main. That's the molly again. Dependent on the RNG spread, it should cover up to here, but sometimes it doesn't because of the RNG. That's pretty much all you need for your A retake and your B defense. Next up is your mid defense from CT spawn. There is this smoke right here, the Astralis smoke. You just jump throw it, pretty easy stuff. It'll cover this right here. Although this is no longer covered, the trash bin is no longer here, so you should pair it up with a molly like this, so no OTs can come up here. Other than that, you really can't do much from CT spawn. You could flash for your teammate if you're coming into A as an A defender. You just flash on top of this wall right here. Pretty simple shit. This is for anybody coming to peak P ramp. If you are playing mid, there is a couple of one ways. There's one right here. That's the first one. It creates a one way on the left side to this second place, or you can do this one. It creates a one way on the right side, although it is a smaller one. That's the one on the right. Other than that, you can molly under window just from here. I fucked it up, but yeah. You can do the same smoke I just creates this one way by smoking from here. You just crouch and right click throw. It creates a one way on the left side, same as before. Other than that, you can have your teammate flash from here just like I showed you. You can use this lamp to see if anybody comes into window. Do not flash yourself out like this. It is pretty useless. You should flash out like this. It is a better flash. Now, if you have been smoked off from mid, I'm just gonna not smoke it, but if you have been smoked off and you want to molly behind boxes, what you should do is come up here, line up this corner where these three lines meet, and just come up here, and you're blind in the smoke. You want to look in your map. I fucked it up, sorry. You want to look in your map and just run up and throw. It'll do it even if you're smoked off. Let me show it to you again because I did fuck up. So, assuming window has been smoked off, what you gotta do is you gotta come up here where these three meet, just pull your pin, and on your map you can see my player right here. You can use the zoom in, and at the end of your run up you can throw it and it will molly behind boxes. This is very useful when you have been smoked off as the opper. For your guys peeking from short or connector, you can even flash for them and they can peek. That's pretty much all you need for mid. You can also help out your mid player from here with the flash I showed you. Here is some A util. First of all, there is this pop flash that you should know if you're playing CT. It's very important for retakes if you do give up CT during the take. Okay. Another thing you can just do is throw out a smoke like this in a retake situation and just create some space for the cross. You can play around it, maybe clear some angles, I don't know. That's pretty much it. Now, if you are coming out of spawn, you just spawned, you want to smoke CT, the easiest way to do it is to come up around here and aim at this dot right here that I am circling with my crosshair and just do a simple left click throw. That smokes A main perfectly. However, if you do want to be faster somehow or for some reason, you want to line this up right here really fast, right? Just as you're running out spawn, get a feel for it. And you want to throw it in the middle of these two pillars right up here. That'll do the same thing. Smoke A main perfectly, no gaps, no one ways, nothing. Alright, now you can smoke connector from triple to support your connector player for whatever reason, or you can support your window player by flashing like this. That's a ramp flash, or you can flash mid. That's not as deep, but it still does the job. Here's one above the window right here, or if you really want to make sure you don't blind your operator, you want to do it like this. I don't know why you'd be standing in the middle like that, but yeah. Next up is your mollies from default. Now default doesn't really have a lot of util. but you want to aim. You don't want to expose yourself to a main. However, you want to aim up here and just throw anywhere on this black spot while running. So that throw will cover the entirety of Tetris. Nobody can stand there anymore, and you don't have to expose yourself to do that. You can also smoke a main from here just by throwing a running smoke like that. It's not perfect, it does create one ways, but it'll do the job. If you're playing Underpass, there is some util. You can do your pop flash like this. This is more a main oriented. If you want to do a Tetris oriented pop flash, you want to aim a little bit farther up. So you would just do this, and that would do it. So a little bit more up, that'll do just above Palace right here, pops right here. So it will blind anybody Tetris. If you want to smoke Palace from here, you just, wherever this wooden piece meets the second wooden piece, just wanna throw a smoke like that. You can also throw a molly the same way. If you want to do instant smokes and instant mollies, you want to come into this corner, aim where this and this meet. So this wall right here, and this wooden piece where they meet is where you want to left click throw. That'll do an instant smoke. You can also do an instant molly the same exact way. Close aim main flashes, you can do one like this. Same way you can molly it. Alright, you want to try to molly deep, so when you're running up, you want to aim at the middle of this building. So when you're running up, aim at the middle of that building somewhere, and you will do a deep A main molly. That's what a deep A main molly looks like. Denies anybody coming up here and taking a closed space. I believe that's pretty much it for a util. Yeah. And now, as the connector player, you tend to have a lot of responsibilities. You can, as you're running up to your position, you can smoke off connector like this, as I showed you before in the A defense video. Well, the A defense part of this video. Other than that, there's also smokes from here, which I'll show you later. You can do some flashes from here or here. This one is deeper in, flashes ramp as well. This one doesn't. Now, if you are here, you can do this smoke, or you can do this smoke. Both of them have their own purposes depending on situations. If you're peeking this one or this angle, it depends. You can also do a smoke like this. A lot of FPL players tend to do that smoke. I just fucked it up, I'm sorry. Yeah. Same kind of smoke. This one is more in the middle, as you can see. You can take this position to watch anybody coming up. Underpass. You can throw a flash out just to the left if you want to peek mid. So once the smoke fades, you want to throw a flash just to the left, and you can peek with that flash. Or you can have your window player throw out a flash as well. There are a lot of fancy positions you can take, like this one, or you can play from here or here. You could even play from here, put your head down, nobody can see you. You can play from here. You can watch Palace from here even, and when jungle gets smoked off like this, when they are on an A execute, what you want to do is, you want to come up here and throw this molly to deny them default. You could even throw a nade for some more damage. That'll deny the entirety of default and ninja, and they're completely fucked. You can, of course, just free throw a smoke into Palace. Pretty easy stuff. You can throw a flash like this. You can even pop flash from stairs like this. And you have a main. There's a lot of pop flashes here as well, which you can do, like this one. You should just throw a smoke like this, or a flash like this. That's pretty much it. As the connector player, that's your entire role. You can even push Underpass or something. If they're coming up cat really fast, you can always do this molly that I just fucked up. You can do that molly, deny them cat control, right? That's pretty much all you need to know as the connector player. This is mostly a video I made for myself, so it's not gonna much accuracy or production value, but it is just something I made for myself to watch before matches, so I remember the util that I use most of the time. Now as the short player, you can play ladder usually, and there are some flashes and shit. If you flash out here, it does a lot of bounces, so you can wait and then surprise them. I already showed you that smoke. That's pretty much all you need to know. There is the molly, so you want to aim to the right of this line. That will molly underpass pretty perfectly. You can also molly under window by doing that one. Or you can just throw mollies into chair. Time to get it down. It's a little bit of a more advanced piece of utility, but it is entirely worth it and useful. So as soon as you start crouch walking, you just want to throw that molly out. That's pretty much it. Now if you are pushing up underpass, you want to look up and you just want to throw a flash like this. So whenever you reach this part, approximately, just want to right click a flash looking all the way up, and this flashes instantly and they have absolutely no time to react like this. You want to do a bit more forward though. As you can see, I did it too early. So when you're walking, you just want to throw a flash, explodes instantly, and they have absolutely no time to react and they're completely blind. There is also this one way from underpass. If you have push underpass and you have underpass control, on the 4th step, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, you just want to right click a smoke. You get on this ledge right here, and you have a kind of a one way to mid if you're playing under window. It's quite useful, a bit situational, but it can be useful. That's pretty much all you need to know as the CT player on Mirage. Up first, I will be showing you on the T side every smoke that you can do from T-spawn, or every piece of util that you can do from T-spawn. There is your standard mid smoke. You press D, and then once you start moving a little bit, you just jump throw. So D, jump throw. That's your standard mid smoke. Pretty easy stuff. Now there is of course your top mid smoke that you can also do from here. So from this one right here, just aim at the top of this wooden pillar and it does the same smoke. Now you can smoke short of course, or you can even smoke short crossing if you are crossing from short. It blocks out basically con, so the view of the connector player on CT from short. So if you're going into connector, if you're pushing connector, you can use this smoke. Now up next is a fast A smoke set. So this is your standard fast stair smoke, and this is a fast jungle smoke. However, this fast jungle smoke does have a huge gap on the left side, so that's your stair smoke landing really fast, but this smoke does end up having a gap, which you can see right here. Now up next is your standard connector smoke. So you just aim, I will use an op for this. You can aim at the second dot right here, so, and you just jump throw, and this ends up smoking connector perfectly, completely blocking off the top like that. It's a very good smoke. Fast B short smokes. So this smokes get left, so the one to the right smokes to left. So again, I'll be using an op. You want to aim right here, so jump throw, and then the second one is from here. You want to make sure this lines up with this, and you just want to smoke a jump throw left click, and that'll smoke off get left and get right. This is the get right smoke coming in now, and that is perfect. That's pretty much every smoke from T-spawn. There is your A smokes that I'll be going into now. You can smoke off perfect CT, basically a perfect CT smoke, which is completely gapless. From here, you can do one with a slight gap if you come up here and aim right there. I like to aim a bit below so it doesn't create a gap. So you can see that one is gapless. However, this one landing now will create a small gap. That one is if you're in a hurry or something. Okay. Here's your standard Stair Smoke. I believe virtually everybody who plays CSGO knows this. You just aim right here. And this one is perfect as well. Now, your Stair Smoke. I like to come to the middle pillar right here, not here or anywhere else. I come right here. You wanna complete a triangle basically, right? But you don't want to do it from the top. You want to do it a bit below, like right here. There's no actual perfect lineup. It's just a matter of your crosshair and how big it is and everything. This one is what works for me. It leaves everything completely gapless. This is the one I like. You can flash what is called the lamp flash from here. Just a simple left click throw. That's the lamp flash. If you have lost control of A main, this is how you take it back. You come right here, line up with this wall, and you aim right there. And you aim a bit to the right, and you just do a left click throw. Don't get blinded by it, just like I just did. But this blinds completely, or actually it is like this. You come up here, and this one right here blinds completely into A main. Even if anybody's right there on an off angle. You can flash above palace from here, like this. I like to come to the edge right here, and just aim right there somewhere, and just let click throw. That flashes right above palace, so your players coming out of palace can get an easy entry on anybody triple. That's pretty much all there is for your mid smokes and mid util. Moving on to your palace util, you can do a, that's assuming you have been smoked off from palace like this. You come up right here, aim right below this lamp like this, and you go all the way to the left, and you can see on your map. So I am pressing S and A right now, and once I'm all the way to the left, I let go of those keys, and I just do a left click throw, and this Mollies under palace, even if you have been smoked off. So it's a very useful piece of util. However, if you haven't been smoked off, you can come in right like this and do a normal molly. That is your average palace molly. You can flash yourself out by doing this. A lot of times if you're alone, it's very useful. If you have some time to line up, you can line up a flash anywhere here. This will flash completely anywhere on a site. It's a very useful flash. Flashes exposed right in the middle, very useful. That's pretty much all you need to know for A. You could hypothetically throw out a smoke like this and then peek default and triple. That's not a lineup though, it's just a play that you can make. That's pretty much all you need to know from palace. Now coming into A main, always remember to molly bench, because the amount of time someone's gonna walk out on you and walk out through that jungle smoke and spray you down is huge. You also want to try to molly or have a teammate molly sandwich. Very simple stuff. You can smoke, you can do a one-way from here, which is you come into this, like the middle of this wall, and you aim right there. This creates a small little one-way for you to use and abuse. Yeah, just like this, or you can even try to get up there, but that's usually not a good idea. That's all you can do from A main. Moving on to Tetris. There's a lot of things to be done on Tetris. Smokes that I forgot from A main are the jungle and top con smokes from A main, which is this one. This one is a Stair Smoke. So you crouch, left click, and you aim at the wooden piece in the middle of those two, and you just do a left click throw, a left click jump throw, and that'll smoke out jungle perfectly. The second one is by Nico. It is the connector, top connector smoke. You just do it from right here, aim at the top of this antenna right here where they meet. That'll hit the wall and smoke off top connector. Now once you do, maybe you can pop flash yourself out A main like this, but once you do so and you have A main control, you can molly, triple like this. You can do, this is a very useful CT molly like this. So you aim at the bottom of this box and you do a CT molly. If there's an opper or anybody hiding out here, you can molly them the fuck out and they'll have to run away. You can also do a flash from the same position, just aim at this white corner or the tip of the triangle right there. Other than that, there's your standard Underpass molly, just aim like this. Very standard stuff. Molly Underpass, completely leaving no gaps. You can wallbang that guy out like this. Very simple. Other than that, there are your top connector and jungle smoke. So this is the jungle smoke right here, and for top connector, it's a bit of a free throw lineup. You come into this. Don't come up here from this because you get up on this box. You want to come in from here, get stuck, and you want to go a little bit to the right from here and just left click throw. So that's your jungle smoke, by the way. No gaps, no nothing, and this is your connector smoke. It does leave a slight gap right there if you do it improper, which I do end up doing a lot of times. That's pretty much all you need to know. You can molly out default as well, but that's not a lineup. It's quite simple, really. Another useful smoke is a CT resmoke from Tetris. You just get stuck on this box right here, and the second black box, the second pillar, window, whatever. Just aim at the black part right there and just do a left click throw. That'll resmoke CT. It's a bit situational, but it is quite useful. That's pretty much all you need to know. Now, if you are in a retake situation as a terrorist and you're defending the bomb from Palace, you can resmoke Palace by aiming at the you can resmoke connector by aiming at that right there. It'll do a perfect connector smoke. So you just come up here really quick and you aim at the top of that wall. It'll resmoke connector. You can do it from many positions. You don't have to come here. You can just do it from here like I just did by aiming there. If you do come up forward, you can do it from here, or you can still shoot here. It doesn't really matter. Either way, you're going to end up smoking connector. Actually, don't do it like that. But yeah, if you do come up to the very front, I don't know why you would want to, but if you do, just aim at the top of the blue building. It's the same kind of smoke. Or you can just aim at the top of the red building if you come up to the very edge. Which, again, I forgot to smoke because I don't know why you would want to do that. You can just do it from the safety of Palace without exposing yourself to jungle by just coming here and aiming at the top of that white building. Same smoke, no gaps, all good. That's pretty much it. You can freehand throw a CT smoke like that. That's not really a lineup. If you are the CT, sneaky little, if they're planting default, or if you suspect somebody's going to be over there, you can come up here into ticket, and at the bottom of this, you can just spray that down. It's quite useful. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. You can also smoke connector like this, or it might actually be like this. No, it is a left and right click throw like this. Yeah, okay, I'm forgetting my util, man. You come up to this right here, like right here. You come up to the top of that box. You hold left and right click together. You run, and when you're at the bottom of the box, you just release. So there you go. That's your connector smoke. You can do it if you're under a lot of pressure and you just want to quickly smoke off connector, and then move into a main defense. It's a bit hard to smoke Palace from here, but you can do it if you aim at the very right, because it'll hit that wall. If you are at default, however, you can still do that. Let me see. Now, if you want to smoke Palace from CT, it is a bit harder. You gotta come up here and you gotta aim at this right there and just left click throw. It's not a perfect smoke. Might have a bit of a gap if you do it improperly, but that's what you gotta do here on the CT. If you are the terrorist and you come up here, if you have this control, very useful molly is this one. Just left click running throw it and it'll molly off jungle so no opper can peek you from here while you're crossing. It's very useful. You can also resmoke jungle. I don't know why you would want to come out this far to smoke it, but if you have to, you aim at the top of this and you come up right here. It's better if I do this with an op. So you come at the top of this, you want to see this brick one, you want to come here to the middle of the second from the top. So the second layer of bricks from the top, you want to come in the middle right here. And you just want to left click a smoke. It'll smoke off jungle again with no gaps. Other than that, you can flash into jungle by just throwing a smoke like this. It's very useful. Now we'll be showing you mid util from T-spawn as a terrorist. Now you can flash your teammates out by the shadow of the second wire like this, and you jump throw. That's a flash. You can also throw a flash like that for yourself. It's also a good idea to throw a flash like this. You can flash short for your teammates like this. You come into the corner and aim at this one right here, and you just jump throw. That'll flash short. Now there are some connector flashes like this. So the first one and the general one is like this. A deeper connector flash though looks like this. You come up here and you aim at the right of this pillar, and that'll smoke off. Oh, that'll flash off con. You can do it a bit lower if you'd like. That flashes connector, deep connector, in fact even right here. Now once you have taken mid, if you want to re-smoke window, you just aim at the black dot right there and run up. So you run up and you throw when this thing is about to hit your face. That'll re-smoke window. You can also molly window the same way. Yeah, that's the molly. Now the top connector smoke is difficult because it's different with view model. I'm not even going to go into that. However, you can smoke off short like this. You can do a short re-smoke. Now coming into short, you have this flash right here, this pop flash right here. Now when paired with the flash from T-ramp right there, what comes over here, there is literally no defense that you can put up unless somebody's playing in ladder room. So that's a very important flash that you need to learn. So this wall, the second part of this wall is curved. So you can use it to flash yourself. That is a very important flash right there. Now if you're coming into mid from underpass, right? You can of course molly / smoke short like this. You gotta aim a bit more up, further up than that. But you can molly / smoke short just like that. A better way to do it, however, is to come into this part right here under window, and it's actually this part right there. And on the second pillar right under it, just want to throw a smoke. That'll smoke right there. That is your short re-smoke, very useful for crossing into short. However, you want to have a smoke actually here so they don't walk up front. You can also molly the same way, so under the second one right there, you can molly it, I believe. You should be able to. Let me just check that. Well, if they come up here, you can molly just like that. Yep, you can molly that. Short position right there. The smoke is the same. You can, the way to do it is to clear connector first, or have your mid player do it just like this, because this is a very simple smoke that you can't miss. Yeah, this is a very simple smoke. You just aim at the top. Now coming from underpass, you can also re-smoke window just like this. You want to aim right at the bottom like that. There is your perfect window re-smoke from underpass. You can smoke connector like this. However, I prefer to do it from there. The way you just do it is just like that. It has to be a running throw. I prefer to do it from here though. It's just easier to do it from here because it is just a standing throw. You don't have to expose yourself too much. However, that one is a bit harder. Once you have come up connector, and make sure to clear these close corners, and this position right here on top. You even have to clear stairs. You can smoke off jungle just like this by just run throwing a smoke. You can even do the molly the same way, and this allows you to come out connector without worrying about jungle. Make sure to use the short smoke though. That's pretty much all you need to know as the Underpass player. You can also, the smoke that I showed you there, which is 1, 2, 3, the fourth step, right click, come up here. If the CTs have taken top mid control for whatever reason, you can use that smoke. That's pretty much it. You can molly off this side like that. Make sure to clear this and this. You want to pre-aim CT ticket. That's pretty much all there is to it. That's mid control as the terrorists. Now, if you're coming into B, and I've already shown you how to take control of Underpass, you can even, in fact, do something like this for even deeper control. Well, that's pretty much all you need to know for Underpass. I like to do it like this though, because you might have someone wide peeking you from Underpass, so this makes sure they are blind as well. You can do some pretty cool fake smokes from the comfort of B apps, which is like this. You can do one by aiming at the black dot right there. And once you run up and reach that spot approximately, you just want to jump throw while you're running, and you will smoke out CT from B apps. Now moving on, there is a complete set of A smokes that you can do from B apps. There's that. Then you can do a jungle smoke, which is like this. You just aim at the top. The stair smoke is a bit more difficult. I will show you in a second. This is the jungle smoke, like I said. Smokes off jungle perfectly as if you're doing an A execute. The stair smoke is like this. You go up and you see this big one. We gotta aim right here. It is a bit of a harder one, but it does work out in the end. Smokes off stairs perfectly as if you're executing A, but it is a fake. There is, of course, your standard window smoke. There is your standard bench smoke. I don't know why you would want to smoke bench, but if you want to, you can. That's the window smoke. That's the bench smoke right there. Now, the short smokes, what I like to do is, this is the smoke that everybody knows already. You come up right here, and you aim in the middle. This will smoke off completely your get right. However, for get left, there's a couple of different smokes, but the one I like is to come up here, control, and then jump throw, just like that. That is your get left smoke. That's the one I like to use. It is a bit difficult, but it does the job. That's window. There's the kitchen smoke, which you come up here and get stuck like right here. There's a collision, and you just aim right there. That is your kitchen door smoke. Smokes that off perfectly. There is your pop flash, of course, if you're playing solo queue for whatever reason. I fucked it up. But if you're playing solo queue, there's your pop flash like that. You can flash out short by doing that one. That's a better short flash. It flashes deep short as well. I already showed you the window smoke. What else is there? Let's see. Once you're actually in the apps, there is that molly, which everybody knows. Another molly I think is really important and really underrated is coming to the first or second window, it doesn't matter, and you just aim a molly right there and jump, or not jump throw, but run throw the molly off that position. The one for the second position is just like that. It's pretty, or don't fuck it up like that. But the one for the second position is this pillar right here from the first window. That'll molly off the first pillar. So first pillar, second wall, or pillar, whatever you want to call them. There is a one-way smoke by coming up to this tile right here. This tile right here. Aim going up from the leg, and this bright spot right here, you just left click throw. This gives you a small little one-way for anybody playing there. The lineup for if you plant right there, if you do that plant, you come into this and you aim at the second one, and you just spray them down and hope you hit their head. That's pretty much it. The counter spam looks like this and this. Don't fuck it up like that. Yeah, that's the counter spam. You can even do it up there like that. I already showed you the pop flashes. The bench molly looks like this. You come up here and you aim right up there and just do a run throw like this. Kind of fucked it up there, but it still works out. What it actually looks like is so like that. You don't want to press S at the end of it like I am doing. You want to keep pressing W so it lands like that and completely burns out bench. That's pretty much all there is from the apps and the yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all there is. Is there anything else? No. There is, of course, the flashes for your standard B execute, which you can do like that, or if you're running up really fast, you can do that as well. It has almost the same effect. There you go. Your pop flash, of course. Yep. That's pretty much it. Molly WAN, you can molly platform right there as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. If you are on B site and you're playing a retake, you can do this flash. This is a fucking god flash, so you do that right there, and blinds window as well as door, as well as anybody coming short. Does not cover apps, unfortunately, but it covers these 3 points. It is a god flash in all intents of the word. So that god flash is pretty important. You gotta wait for a second for it to pop, but once it does, it's pretty powerful. That's all the util you should know as a terrorist. A few pieces of util that I did miss while making the initial video is this flash right here for the B retake. Flash pops right above kitchen. Really useful for sending a player out kitchen. Anybody here or here or here or even on site do end up being blinded. Now other than that, just making an outro to this video. This series of util and whatever the fuck was just a video that I made for myself because I tend to forget my own util. So this is a video I made for myself to watch before I go into a game or a match or a tournament or whatever the fuck. I apologize in advance for the bad production and bad script, because there is no script. This was just right off the top of my head. In fact, I'm going to show you a pretty cool molly right now. And if you have planted right there as a terrorist and you end up here for whatever reason, if you get up to this rail right there and you aim at the very last one, there is a molly that you can do like this. No, it is like this. Yes. So that'll molly off this. Again, let me show it to you again, because like I said, this is very impromptu and unscripted, and for myself, not exactly for a YouTube video, but I will be uploading it to YouTube just in case anybody can find something useful out of this. You want to line this up right there and do a simple jump throw. That'll molly this position right here, and once you're done with that, you can jump down and take fights for the post plant after that. It's pretty useful. Yeah, that's the video. Thank you.